Hello and welcome to the World of Outlaws, week number 7, where we return to Limaland. This week wasn't all that great for me. I didn't get any practice in. I just kind of jumped in one practice session and the car ran pretty good. Thought I was going to do better in the race than what I actually did, but you'll get to see. But I want to start out and move on into some qualifying laps. And here we are. I'm moving out for the qualifying laps. It seemed pretty good right here. I had a good little line going. This is a good qualifying line, but it's not a good racing line. And what I mean by that is, like, if you're diving in on the bottom down here, and as you slide up the track, there's usually somebody there, so you can't get back all the way to the top to maintain your speed and be able to dive back in. But I qualified probably like 7th or 8th place here. With that, I just wanted to move on into the heat race. Let's see here. Yeah, I believe this is heat race number 2. I just went ahead and skipped the first heat race. I wasn't in it, and I'm kind of gonna make this video pretty short. It's kind of an uneventful night for me, and like I said, I just should have had a lot more practice getting into this one. So I started outside row 2 in the 4th position here. I get kind of a late start. As you can see, they've already put a good gap on me. Almost ran into that guy. I guess he checked up going in the corner. So I started to run a lower line, and when I did, they started pulling away. And here's where I'm running like my qualifying line again. If you notice, I'm going way lower than anybody else. I get the car too far sideways, and I'm just letting these leaders get away from me. Here I am sideways again. The last guy almost runs into me. I just I wasn't feeling the track as well as I normally do, and the practice session I was in, it felt so much better. And in here, I can't keep the car straight. See, you want to keep your car you don't want it as sideways going through the corners as I've got it. You want to keep it more straighter. And like right there, I'm just pulling all the speed out of the car. And, we actually touch right there. Yeah, it just wasn't a good night. So here we are, lap 5 of 8, and for the heat race. I'm not real worried about having to race my way into the main. There's only like 12 cars or so in this race, so everybody pretty much was assured a spot in the main. So I just want to go ahead and move into the feature here. I believe I start like 10th in the feature. 10th out of 12 cars, you're pretty far back. So, I'm just going to stick to my old plans, which is to ride around the back, let these guys wreck out, and pick up some positions from there. 10 laps to go, it's go time. Well, that works as long as you're around people that you can normally run with. See, a lot of these guys I don't normally run with, so I wasn't sure how they were going to take to the track. And when you're in there with people you don't normally run with, you learn not to trust anybody. You don't know if they're going to go high or low, or you don't know any of their habits. So you just want to run clean and make your way through. But you'll get to see it wasn't a good night at all. I believe we're fixing to go green here. So like right here, I'm happy. I'm just pacing these guys. I don't want to let them get too far away from me. We've seen a car tumble there in the back, so I guess that's going to bring out our first caution here. Knowing that I'm not really on pace, but I got a feeling that if this low line comes in, the one that I'm riding in later on in the race, that I'll be able to pick off some people. So I'm just buying time until we can get that lower line in and I can find a cushion or something to kind of lean on. The problem I had with that theory is that everybody's running the high line, so the cushion's way up high. My car didn't like it high. It didn't like it at all. Anytime I went up there, it just forced me towards the wall. And the times that I did go up there, I guess the berm wasn't established enough yet for me to lean on. So I'm kind of hoping somebody's going to take to this low line and we're going to wear a groove in. Now I'm starting to pull on this next place car. My groove's coming in, and so I decided to go for it. And that happened, which knocked the front wing off the car. And what happens whenever they knock the front wing off the car is you no longer really have downforce for your steering to work. You're sitting on 900 horses. The cars weigh about 1,300 or 1,400 pounds. Anytime you get that accelerator, the front wheels lift, and they're just barely skimming the ground.
Man, that could have been bad.
But I've got my car set up to where when I hit the brakes,
That was close.
it'll sling me into a curve to the left.
And
once I get into the curve to the left, I can accelerate, and the rear stagger of the car on the tires is what I'm using to actually turn the car in the corners. And you'll get to see that better here in a minute, where I've kind of would miss entry or something like that because the car just wouldn't turn. You'll see the front of the car just push up the track.
Yeah, no kidding.
At that point, you're just kind of along for the ride, and you're hitting the accelerator, trying to get the back end to come around. You're basically steering with the gas and the brake, and because once you're on the accelerator, those front wheels are just skimming. They're not really doing their job unless they have wind from that, going over the wing and forcing your nose down on the ground. But when you have no nose wing, it's not going to happen. right here, I'm doing a decent job right there of, you know, just making it turn in the corners. I know at this point that and right there you can see how I just push way up the track and just miss entry altogether. You know, now I've over-rotated on the back. I know I'm not going to place good here, but what has happened is 4 cars behind me have wrecked out. So I started 10th, and if I hang on to this, I'm going to be like 8th place. And I'm thinking, well, I can go to the pits and spend the rest of the race in the pit getting my wing repaired, or I can just try to hang on to this position. So I'm bouncing off the wall. I'm over-rotating the corners. I'm missing entries, sliding way up the track. Doing everything I can just to try to stay on that lead lap. Right there, I over-rotated, brought me down to the inside. You can see the leaders in the background almost catching up to me already.
Dude, what the fuck are you hitting me for?
Luckily, caution came out. I guess somebody hit the wall or something.
I appreciate
that allowed
the
me to,
from the third place,
you
so I
know,
think he's going to beat
the
me
gap
Michael.
To open back up between me and the leaders.
Yeah, I just got ran under on the top.
So lets me catch up to the rest of the field. But here we are on pace laps. I'm almost. You can see I'm using the tires there to turn the car around the corner. You know, they got buried tires in the ground there, just to, you know, stay on the inside, so I'm not taking somebody else out on the outside, which I can't even see that there's nobody out there. But it just wasn't a great night.
Yeah,
you know,
I think I may have found a decent combination.
Limaland is one of those tracks that I don't like, and maybe if I spend a lot more time here, I would like it. But the last time I was here, I think I took like 3rd or 4th earlier this season. But this is how Limaland usually goes for me. It's just a short race, and it doesn't turn out well. And here I take another guy out. Oops. Bring out another caution. And I believe I went a lap down there because the rest of the field passed us while I was getting back on the track.
It's hard to make anything happen when we only get a couple laps.
But according to the ticker, I am still in 8th place. So, you know, as long as I finish this race, I'm probably going to come away with an 8th place finish unless others just wreck out. But, you know, I don't know. I don't really have an excuse. It was just a bad incident that happened way early in the race and had to hang on to it.
Under yellow.
But we're on lap 27 or 28 now of 30. We've only got like 2 laps left to go. And they give us the green, and you know, here we are. We're going to start lap 30 at this point. I'm getting sideways. I've got one guy behind me. You know, at least stayed in front of him for the finish of the race there.
Yep, good run.
But yeah, that goes to show that, you know, practice is key to them. But I just want to thank everybody for watching, and maybe we'll do better next week.